السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Nice to see you.
السلام عليكم شيخ. كيف حالك؟
Alhamdulillah, how are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Nice to
I
see
know
you
I don't
again.
want to waste my time, but Jazakallah khaira. So we
No,
have
no problem.
today is the first day, so I see four of them are four. You know, the they are the one who will be competing, inshallah. The bright
Okay.
students who are who is willing to take the challenges, inshallah. So please
Alright.
feel free to introduce yourself. I will stay myself muted, and you have just feel free to, as long as you want, maybe 60 minutes maximum,
Yes.
and
Alhamdulillah.
and we will be recording it. So
Okay.
because the reason we are recording, because we want to make sure that those who are not joining here could use it,
Mm-hmm.
inshallah. As I'm just trying to put it on the YouTube.
No problem.
So is there anything that you need from me? Oh, one other thing. I will
Mm-hmm.
make you host,
Okay.
so you can actually, let me see. You have to admit those participants when they come in.
Okay. No problem. It's perfect.
Are you doing okay? Are you in where are you?
Seattle.
Seattle.
Yes.
Beautiful place to be.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. So it's 3:30 p.m. Just middle of the afternoon now.
I know. So you are now the host, and please introduce yourself and go from there. I
All
see
right.
I see four of you are here, and Ryan, Sarah, Ali Omar, and Shafi. So Bismillah, you go ahead, inshallah.
All right. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. My name is Abdulaziz. I'll share my screen. And today I wanted to talk to you about a topic I'm excited about understanding like who you're actually building your product for, like your first customer. But before we go any further, before I even introduce myself, I want to start with everybody who is here on the call.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah,
Can you hold just for a second, brother?
sure.
Can you transfer it to me, because I need to put it into the YouTube? Just host. Just transfer
Trans-
it back to me,
oh, okay, no problem.
because I need to.
Make you
Sorry.
post. No problem. I just did.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, because I will. I hope it will stay there, or I can keep myself co-host. I think. Bismillah.
Okay, while the YouTube issue has been resolved, I'm going to just get started with introductions. So I'm going to start with everybody on the call. Ryan, you want to take a minute, introduce yourself. Sarah, introduce yourself. You can just go off mic and just let's get started from that. Ryan, just your name, where you're joining the call from, and what you're excited about or what you're planning to build for the hackathon.
Sure. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
My
salam.
name is Ryan. I'm dialing in from Maryland, and I'm excited to tackle some exciting challenges with my Muslim brothers and sisters, inshallah. And I'm excited to see what projects we can make.
All right. So the next job is for you to call somebody you want them to introduce themselves next on the call.
Sorry?
You have to point to the next person that you want to introduce themselves.
Okay. Ali Umar.
Ali Omar, you've been called upon. Are you on the call, Ali Omar? Do we have Ali Omar joining the call? Well, we don't have Ali Omar joining the call. Ryan, you have to call somebody else. Who do you call upon, Ryan?
Okay, I'll call on um Sarah Khan.
All right, Sarah Khan, you've been called upon. Can you hear us, Sarah Khan? I think Sarah Khan also dropped from the call. Ryan?
Okay. Then Tariq El-Bahiri.
Okay, Tariq better be on the call. It's just me and you then. Tariq, are you on the call? All right then, Ryan. This is gonna be you and I doing this call all together. But you can see my screen then.
Yes.
What do you see, by the way? Tell me what you see.
Who is this actually for? Find your first customer before you build.
Perfect. So, Bismillah wa salatu wassalam ala Rasulullah. My name is Abdulaziz Idris. I live here in Seattle. What I wanted to talk to you all, amazing people participating in this wonderful hackathon, is mostly hackathons have a bad rep for people sort of like talking about the product they're building. But today I wanted to flip the whole thing on its head and not talk about what product you're building, but who exactly are you going to be building for? So Ryan, you're my main guy now. You're just gonna take all the questions. Yes. Who are you hoping to build something for in this hackathon?
In this hackathon, I am hoping to build for the Muslim community
Okay.
and aim to help my brothers and sisters.
Well, you can see the slide I have, right? And you can. I want you to read what that slide is saying.
A
What does it say?
product built a product
Mhm.
built for everyone is usually wanted by no one.
Perfect. So if you're saying you're building for the Muslim Ummah, that's like, bro, there's 2 billion people. Who are you building for? This is my first question. Yeah, you have to go on mute. You're the only person here. I think Tasbih just joined the call. Tasbih, can you hear us? Is everybody else on mute on this call? Ali, are you back? Okay, Ryan, it's just you and I again. So who's your product for?
Well, this is telling me that I should go more specific.
Yes, this is telling you to go more specific. It's not sufficient to say I'm building for students. I'm building for parents. Even though this is going to be like a social good, whatever type of product you want to build, you can't just build that product for everybody. That is the most important. If you get anything out of this call today, it's that a product cannot be for everybody. So
Yeah,
try
that makes
again.
sense.
So give it one more try. Who are you building for?
Uh, I would have to say that I am building for Muslim students, I would say.
Oh, come on, brother. Look at what the page wrote. It's not sufficient to say you're building for students. That is not sufficient. Okay,
Okay.
we got somebody to respond. Tasbih said their audio is not working. But okay, Tasbih, put in the chat, tell me who your product is for. This is going to be an interactive session, so I'm sure like people watching it after might not. But what I'm getting from this is who are you building for? Again, Ryan, Muslim student is not sufficient. Muslim student in middle school, in high school, living in America, outside of America, like Muslim student. What do you mean Muslim student? Old Muslim student, young Muslim student?
Muslim students in the DMV area who
Oh,
in high
okay.
school.
So Muslim teens in high school in the DMV area. Okay, that's getting close, but what type of middle student in high school? But do you get the point of what I'm getting to now, right?
Yeah, I get it.
So the goal is that whosoever you want to build with has to be very specific. You have to know who you're building for, where you can, if I say go show me 1 or 2 people having that problem today, you can right now just tell me that. I love what you said, Tasbih, about Muslim student in public school in America, but what type of Muslim students, right? Like are they students in middle school? Are they in high school? Are they in elementary school? Again, so when you go out, when you're talking to your parents, to your dad, to your mom, to anybody around you, and they say like, I have an idea, you're like, stop there, stop. Who are you building for? And then they're like, I'm building for everybody. And like, oh my god, this doesn't work. Does that make sense, everybody? Do we get it? Just give me a thumbs up, just give me a reaction if you're following this. Good, perfect. Give me a thumbs up, give me a reaction, give me an Allah Akbar if you're getting this so we can move on. Somebody say Allah Akbar, let's go on, let's move on. Anybody saying that? Allah Akbar. Good. We got one reaction and now we're going to move on. So that is the first and most important thing you want to work on. Your product is not for everybody. Your product is for somebody specific. Now, what I want you to do is right now, I want you to picture it in your mind right now. I want you to picture somebody in your mind right now who you want to use your product. Who is that person? What school do they go to? When was the last time they had that problem? What were they trying to do? And then, like, how will they use your product? And what does it cost them to use your own product? So this is an exercise I want us to spend a minute doing. If you want, we can do it together. You can come off mic. We can do it together. Or if you want, you can just like do it and type it down for me. So Abdullah, you want to do this off mic with me? Abdullah, can you hear me?
Yes.
So you want to do this on screen with me?
Yeah.
Okay, Bismillah. So tell me somebody you're trying to build your platform for. Talk to me. Who is that one person? What's their role? What's their identity? Give me a name and let's go from there.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Oh, you're just joining the call?
Yeah.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
The product you will be building at this hackathon, I want you to think about it, and I want you to think of the exact user who will be using that product, not a Muslim student, not somebody somewhere. Think of one person specifically who will be using that product. Give me a name and let's start from there. That's what the next exercise is about for everybody.
My dad.
Okay, so what's your dad's name?
Said Muqtadir.
Okay, so what will Sayyid Muqtadir, what is his identity? Like a parent, Muslim male, like how would you describe him?
A parent.
Okay, a parent is still too broad. Give me something more. Yes.
Muslim male.
Muslim male, good. What's the age description?
51.
Okay, age. So 50-year-old Muslim man who lives in what part of America?
Virginia.
So if Virginia, okay. Number of kids, say few kids, 4 or 5 kids.
Yeah.
Good. That is how detailed you guys want to go on the person you're building for. Whatever it is you're trying to build, this is how deep you want to go. Now, for the problem you're trying to solve for your dad, Abdullah, the next question I have for you is, when was the last time they had that problem that your tool wants to solve for them? Remember, there has to be a last time in the past that they had the problem. When was the last time they had this problem?
I don't remember.
Oh, so good. See, if you don't remember, then we don't have a product. See, for whatever you want to build, you have to have a user story. You have to have a problem. You have to have something that a user is worried by, and you go build a solution for them. If you don't have any of that, then we don't have a product. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So whatever you're trying to build, unless you just want to keep it on the shelf and you don't want anybody to use it, then you will have this problem. So again, anybody wants to come off mute? Sarah Khan, are you available? Can we go with you? Are you ready, Sarah Khan? Are you on the call?
I'm in the car right now.
You're in the car? Perfect.
Yeah.
That even works even perfect. Good. Let's go. So who do you want to build for? Tell me the description of this person. What's your product for?
Let's do Muslim female athletes. Can we do
Muslim
that?
female athlete. Okay. So athletes in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s. What age range?
We'll do in their 20s.
In the 20s, playing what game?
Swimming.
Swimming. Okay. Is she like in college, not in college? What does she do? Walk me through the life of this sister Aisha that you're trying to build for.
She wants to swim competitively.
It's competitive swimming, so Michael Phelps level, Olympics level. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
She wants to do Olympics level swimming. Okay. Go on, keep going.
But she doesn't want to sacrifice modesty for skill.
Okay, so she doesn't want to sacrifice modesty, but she wants to compete competitively in swimming and go all the way to Olympics level swimming. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yep.
Okay, so good. So now, when was the last time she tried to compete competitively? What happened at that last time?
She gained a couple seconds because the swimsuit she was wearing created drag.
Good. So now the last time there was drag in her swimsuit, she was trying to accomplish a competitive swimming, and now what she did instead was just use what was available. What did that cost her? What did that 2 second cost her?
It cost her a spot at qualifiers.
Add qualifiers. Perfect. Now you have somebody. So the beauty of this, everybody, is you're not trying to build something that you're imagining. Even though this might be like an imagined scenario, maybe yes or no. But what we want to get down to people is you cannot come into this hackathon with like, oh, I'm trying to build for this person in the cloud. Does this make sense, Sarah? Sarah, does that make sense? I'm waiting for a yes. I'm waiting for a yes. I'm waiting for a yes, Sarah.
Sense.
Makes sense. Good. This is one of the things we want to do. Anybody else wants to go? Guys, I should be seeing you typing about your scenario on the screen. Okay, Ali, if you're at somebody's place, I want you to type for me and answer all the questions on screen now. For anybody that's not able to come off mic and speak to me, I want you to type in the comment section about who your user is, what their role is, what happened the last time they had a product, what were they trying to do, what did they do instead, and what did that cost them. If you don't have that understanding of that user that clearly, you might just be building a product just for yourself. And it's fine if you're building it for yourself, but you just have to be clear who you're building for. Does this make sense? Okay, Shafi, are you on the call? Are you able to talk to me, Shafi? Are you able to talk to me? Can you come on mute, Shafi? Brian? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, all right, Bismillah, let's go. Who are you building for? What's the role and the identity of this user?
Probably.
Probably, bro. Come on, man, give me more than probably. What do you mean, probably? Talk to me now. Let's go.
Muslim students in like high school.
Come on, brother. We went through Muslim students already at the Basque line. Can't you like Muslim in high school? What high school? What type of high school? What type of a Muslim student?
Maybe students who want to get into like an engineering or STEM field.
But you keep saying maybe. Like, what's this problem that you're trying to solve? Who is that user? Okay, they're trying to get into STEM and engineering. Okay, give me more. Okay, but
like we'd like to expand their opportunities and
so what do you mean? What do you mean expand the opportunities? What do you mean? Talk to me more. Give me more details.
like provide more classes or resources available like for them.
Okay. So what type of available resources you want to make available for them?
Maybe I mean at the masjid we could also have like alongside the Sunday school like whatever Islamic school there is, we could also incorporate better funding for STEM and programs like that.
Well, you see, so again, it's fine even if you come onto this call without having all of this clear, but I'm hoping all of you are seeing the problem we are trying to get to here. This assumption of the type of user you want, the type of assumptions of what you want them to do is not sufficient, is not enough. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Good. We need to go deeper than just what we're thinking. You have to have a person in mind. They come so clearly to mind to you about when you want to solve this problem. Does anybody know why we are focusing on this so much? Ryan, do you want to sort of know why we're focusing so much on this?
My understanding is we're focusing on finding specific, uh, like identifying our target demographic so that we know specifically what to build. So we don't build something general, but we make sure we solve the specific pain points that our target audience is facing.
Exactly. What opportunity you have now, Ryan, and all of you on the call, is we can go to the masjid tomorrow and complain about something is happening in the masjid. Oh, the board did this person did that. This is happening in Gaza and Palestine. But when we get the chance to build, we don't build the solution. You might go and do the hackathon and you go home and you're happy, I built something, but nobody's using it because you're not building for somebody. So even though I'm spending today and like it seems like I'm sounding like a broken record and repeating the same thing, this is a very fundamental problem that we will keep facing if we don't find a way to address it. And so now what you want to focus on is who is going to use it, who is going to buy it, who is going to benefit from it, and who can influence it. So sometimes your tool, even though somebody else will be buying it, somebody else will be using it, right? So can you give me an example of anybody on this call that can just give me an example of a tool where somebody else would buy it and somebody else would use it? Any examples? Shafi, anything comes to mind? Ali, you can type something on the chat. Abdullah, anything comes to mind, people? What comes to mind for you all?
I mean, I have a maybe like the parent who buys Netflix but their kids use it. Would that work?
Perfect. That's a beautiful, perfect example, right? So the child is the beneficiary of that, but then the parent is the buyer and the child is using it. Does that make sense? And maybe beneficiary can be both of them. The mom now and the dad has maybe a peace of mind. They can go do something else and the child can watch. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. So now for whatever project you're thinking about for the hackathon, this is how you want to be thinking. You just don't want to focus on who is going to use it, but who is going to be paying for it. A lot of products that are built for students, their parents will pay for it. Does that make sense? And so another one could be, say, give me an example in a company, for example. Anybody wants to give me an example in a company or in the masjid? Anybody wants to give me an example there? Ryan, an example? Shafi, an example? Come on, people, let's go mute and have some more fun on this call. Come on, talk to me.
You're saying an example of a company that provides like that someone pays for but another person uses?
Yes, something around you. Just look at it in the masjid. Maybe there's something somebody buys, somebody else pays and uses. What's an example of that?
Uh, maybe maybe like buying the business model or premium version of Zoom.
Okay, that's a good example. Something, give me another example that you go to the masjid every time and you use most of the time. Everybody, walk me through. You go for Zuhr, Salah, or Asr, Salah. The Salah is done. Tell me some of the things that the masjid provides there that the masjid doesn't generally use, but everybody that comes to pray is using. Anybody wants to go on that?
Maybe like at Adams they have like a TV where it shows the
Good.
times.
Good. Exactly. Right. So there's an organization that the masjid has contracted to, and they provide the salah time. But the masjid doesn't generally say, "Oh, what does the time app say for salah time?" Right. And the focus, the people coming to salah are using that. So the users are the people in the masjid, and then the masjid is buying that. Right. And so those type of tools. Now, talk to me about who you think the influencer is. Who can block or push for the adoption of a tool in the masjid? Who do you think has that power in the masjid? Ali,
Wait,
can you
sorry,
type
has the
something?
power to what? Sorry?
To decide whether the masjid buys or doesn't buy this tool? Who do you think has that power in the masjid?
Probably like the president.
The
They have
president
like
or the board or the imam, something like that, right? So
yeah.
now we're delineating and we're separating all of this. In a school, maybe it's a teacher, right? Now, so this is the example I want us to look at, like when we are narrowing down examples of who you want your tool to be. So before we come into narrowing here, can anybody tell me, just come off mute for like a minute, about what problem are you trying to solve? Anybody wants to take a beat on that? What problem did they hope to solve at their hackathon? If you have an idea already.
I would say creating an application or software that aims to make sure every events or everything that takes place within the masjid
Mm-hmm.
is simply on an app. So everything is clear and instead of confusion and everything like events being scattered or
Mm-hmm.
messages not being clear, everything's on one simple app and connected so that it's easier for everyone to use and see.
So let's assume that app is ready today and you go to a new masjid, the Islamic Center of maybe Redmond, and you come there. Who exactly would you go give that app to start using?
To start using, most
Yes.
likely the people who organize events and send outreach to the actual people who attend these events. So
Okay.
both the people who are setting up the events and the ones who attend the events.
Okay. So then you will have to find a Muslim in the masjid who is in charge of. So it is not just everybody, it is a Muslim in a masjid that is struggling to organize their events. Because again, also, it has to be like they see that problem, Ryan. If they don't see the problem, Ryan, they might say, like, well, I don't need this tool. Do you understand now?
Yeah.
Good. So now this is the most important thing I'm making you get from today's session. Like I said, there is really nothing more in today's session that you want to get beyond the fact that we want to have an app, or we want today's session to focus not just on the app, but who you are building it for. That is the most important lesson that we all should get from today. Is that working? Now, can somebody go off mute for me, Abdullah or Faiz, and try to read this sentence for me? And then let's complete the blank spaces.
Okay, I can try.
Yes, go for
So
it. Mhm.
if I want to do a product that's like a time schedule thing. So like it uses AI inside as an engine, so then it organizes the most important things that you have in your day.
Okay,
So then it can tell you what's like the most important thing to get ready for, or like what's gonna happen sooner. So
okay.
we are initially building for a a busy. Could I do like a busy 40-year-old? Would that work? Like, should I do ages or no?
You can do ages, but 40-year-old, is that the person you really want to build for?
Maybe I could do someone who's like old enough where they just get a job. So like they're busy and they haven't organized anything.
So early in
So like
career.
yeah. So
Okay.
we are initially building for a busy person at work who struggles
Mhm.
with organization of or organizing events when who struggles with organizing events uh when they don't have time to. So they currently use the built-in schedule app, but it fails because it doesn't organize it. It doesn't order it in a good enough way.
Hmm. You see the problem, right? Is that clear enough, you think?
No, I can probably tweak it to make it better to like
Good.
give the message over.
Now give a second try again. I want you to take one more try. We are initially
Okay.
building for, tell me who
We
the
are
for,
initially building
for.
for uh um so like a busy
Give me a name. What are you building for?
a lawyer.
Give me a name. Give me a name. Just imagine a name for this person.
Oh, okay.
Just
So
not
Ahmed.
imagine actually. Not actually imagine. Look at somebody you know now that you think would need this. Tell me their name.
We are initially building for Mahmoud.
Mahmoud. Good. Now tell me a bit
Okay.
about Mahmoud.
He's a father and
Okay.
he currently helps manage a business while also holding his own business on another hand.
So juggling multiple businesses, managing multiple
Yeah.
businesses. So
Yeah.
then when you say multiple businesses, manages two or more businesses, right?
Yeah.
So we're building this platform for Mahmoud. Mahmoud is a 30 or 40-year-old business owner who's also helping to manage another business. Okay,
Yeah.
what does he struggle with when he's doing this?
Uh uh Juggling with too many events.
So juggling two, who struggles with organizing events and
Or
activities on
organizing events and
when
activities. Okay.
when managing these multiple businesses. Okay, so how does it
Yes.
solve right now? How does it solve it right now?
So right now, he uses or he just kind of like he writes it down. He has like a mental plan.
Mental planner.
Yeah, mental planner.
So you're building an alternative to a mental planner. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
this mental planner work?
Because like you might forget what you have to do, or
Yeah.
you might forget, or you might make the wrong order, like the order of events, and yeah.
Okay.
So it
Perfect.
fails because of
Mhm.
it's not efficient enough, or
Perfect.
maybe it has multiple flaws.
Good. Now you're picking it up. Now you're picking all of this up. Now, if this product was ready today, where would you find 5 people that will use this tool? Where would you find 5 people?
Uh, uh, my friend's parents.
Your friends' parents, where would you find them?
I just kind of like talk
Oh,
to
yeah.
them. Oh, like you mean like where would I advertise the product?
Yeah. Exactly. Where would you advertise for this? Would you go to the masjid to see them? Would you go to their homes? Where would you go to see those 5 people?
I think maybe I think I go to the masjid because like that's a good place where people meet, and then after Salah when they're like walking out, you can kind of just like hand them a flyer or something.
Okay. Perfect. So now everybody on this call, if you get one thing from today's call, and you're like, what is this guy talking about? This slide should be your most important slide. This should be the most important thing I could take away from you. You should screenshot this slide, give it to ChatGPT. I'm like, hey, I want to really focus on this. Ask me one question at a time until you're sure I've answered all of these questions correctly. You understand what I'm saying? So what you want to do, I can just even show you a demo of what I'm talking about. You can just do basically like a screenshot of this. You can take just a screenshot of this. You take a screenshot here. Let's see if we can copy it. Takes a minute or so to let me copy. Let me minimize my screen here. And then just basically open a new tab, like right there. And just go to like ChatGPT. This is what I want you to do. And just do this. I can remove this. And you can say, ask me you can say something like, ask me one question at a time and help me fill in all the needed questions. You can do something as simple as this. This is where you begin to use AI for what we're going to be doing in this program for like the hackathon to focus on your user. So now describe what you want to build. The system is asking you, I want to build a tool for busy Muslim parent. We said parent, but is it a dad or a mom? Even if you're that specific, that
I think a
manage.
dad, because it's easier. Like I mean, like they have. I feel like they juggle more problems outside of the house, which means they have to do driving. So that's like
Okay?
more on the work.
For busy. So for busy dads, it manages multiple business commitment. Something like this, right? So this is what we want to do, people. This is what you do. But again, see, even what the system is telling you, even busy Muslim dad is the starting point, but it's still too broad. So, like, this is what you want to get to, people. This is what you want to do. Does this make sense for everybody?
Yes.
Are we clear?
Yes. So would you do something like if you wanted to make it more specific, would you do like a specific job? So like they have a business for law or a business for medicine. Would you say
That
like
would be fantastic. Exactly. You could say like, I want to start with like lawyers first. I want to start with dentists first. I want to start with accountants first. I want to start with somebody with like a regular business first. That specificity is not like this is where your product is going to stay forever. No, it's just a place where you can quickly go test that your product works. And if it works there, you can go out and branch to other places. Does that make sense?
yes.
So this exercise is not about this is where my app will stay forever and ever. This is where my app is going to start right now, and I can prove that it works. After it works here, then I can go do it somewhere else. Creating businesses is not about like satisfying everybody. It's satisfying the need of a perfect user, and that's what we're looking for. Now, another thing you can do to test like if your product works is to go talk to people actually. Like before the hackathon, just go talk to people. If you say your dad juggles like 3 or 5 businesses or something like that, just ask him, how much pain does this cost you? Like, if you don't like do this, like, does it become a problem? Because we might just be all in our head and think like they have a big problem. Maybe even if maybe say your dad is managing 2 jobs or like 2 businesses, maybe he doesn't have the problem. He just feels like, well, my brain is able to do it. For whatever I don't remember, I write it down. If it's important enough, I'll remember it. Like if somebody has that, then maybe you don't have a tool for them. And another one is frequency. You have to worry about like how often does this happen. You don't want like if you build like a tool for accounting, right? You will prefer somebody that like does their account every month versus somebody who does like their tax maybe once a year. So you want somebody who does something more frequent. And then the urgency is like they want to solve it now. Yeah, law. You don't want somebody that says like, well, I'll fix it next week, or I'm not interested in fixing it now. You don't want that. And then can you reach those people? And then can you gain evidence from them that this is a problem? All of those calls that you're getting is what is going to help you do it. Now, when you're talking to people about your app or your idea, sorry, or if you try to talk to people before the competition, don't talk to them about like, I have this app I'm trying to build. No, just tell me about the problem that you have. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Did somebody else say something there?
I just said yeah.
Okay, good, perfect. So this is what you want to do on finding your customers. Now, let's say this out together. This is how we are going to be ending today, right? So, who is your first user of your platform? Yeah, Faiz, you want to try for this?
Okay. Our first user. Speak with. Okay. So, will I just give an example? Like, can I just say like Mahmoud again? Our first
Yes, yes,
user.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Our first user is Mahmoud.
Mm-hmm.
Is Mahmoud who juggles multiple businesses and events at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So before we build further, we will
Mm-hmm.
speak with
Mahmoud, I'm
we will,
describe all of those. Good. By
yeah.
when?
Uh, I would say I think before like I would do it before like we have the idea and structure and stuff, but then before we like start coding it and adding the AI engine and stuff like that, I would ask him before. So by tomorrow.
So you're going to do this by tomorrow. Is that what the promise you're saying to us? You're committing to that?
Yes, because I think it's like I think it's good to like see just because if I build the entire product then I find out that it's not that needed and it's like not that much of a big problem then it's just a waste of time. So I would do it as soon as possible.
Good. As soon as possible, it's not a date on the calendar. That's why I'm pushing you for a date on my calendar. But
Oh,
yes, it's as soon as possible. As soon as possible is like 1 minute from now, 1 second from now.
yeah. So July 22nd is when I would like to ask Mahmoud.
So that's Wednesday.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
I think yeah. Yeah.
So that's a commitment you're making to yourself, and I leave you to work on like getting that done. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody else wants to go for this? We have a few people on the call. There should be somebody else who wants to go for it. Anybody else wants to go?
Ahmed
Ahmed
Sheikh really wants to do it. Yeah, Ahmed Sheikh
Good.
really wants
Ahmed
to.
Sheikh, let's go. Bismillah.
Our first user is a person who's disabled. Like
Okay.
their problem is they don't have mobility. Before we build further, we will speak with a disabled person who's like
Mm-hmm.
an engineer, so they've already dealt with those problems by like
Okay.
Tuesday.
All right. But then like the question is like there's so many like people that like disabled like this different forms of disability, right? Like what type of disability are you talking about?
Motor skills,
So what do you mean? Talk to me more.
like people who are amputees, they
Okay.
need extra help for daily things.
So there's like different levels of amputism, right? It could be like one arm, two arms, all legs. Like again, this is where we're forcing you to go back to. This is where we're forcing you to go back to. Ooh, what type of a person are you building for there? It can, yes. Can you go a bit deeper into who you're building for?
So we're building for people who specifically can't walk. Like
Good, good. Now we're getting it. Good. Specifically can't walk. Good. Let's keep going. More.
We're building for people who want to buy a wheelchair, but they think it's too expensive, so we're making it more accessible.
I love now how clearly you're getting, right? Now you see you're removing all of the extra stuff. I'm going to build it for people that can work. Okay. And they want to buy a wheelchair and they are not able to like get a good reason why they have to buy this one. Then you have to do all of that. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Good. This, if there's only one thing you get from today's call, it is that who exactly has my problem and where can I find them and go build for them. And by when did you say you're going to get this done?
By Tuesday.
Tuesday's tomorrow. Are you sure?
Well, could probably talk to my friends and see if there's any disabled people in my area. So I don't think it'll take that long.
So how do you even have this problem if you don't know anybody who is disabled?
I know one person, and
Okay.
they want to buy a faster wheelchair, but they can't really get it.
Okay, so you're going to go talk to that one person and see then?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So then, like this is one thing I want you to sit in your mind, everybody on this call, Yusuf, Shafi, Rayan, everybody on the call. Your hackathon is not only a place where you create the finest, beautiful thing. Because with AI now, you can create those finest, beautiful things. Now, it has to go beyond just building the finest, beautiful thing. You have to discover something that people want, something that they need. And that is why we're talking about all of this. Who is the specific people? How do you get to them? Only when you do that are you able to create a product that creates value. Otherwise, you finish the hackathon and then you go home and there's really nothing. Oh, well, I won an award and then I threw away the idea. We want you to not just build ideas that you throw away. We want you to build ideas that create value in the world. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good. All right. I don't want to take too much of our time. I don't want this session to be much longer than it is now. The message is pretty simple. What I want you to work on when you go home is this. When you talk to somebody, talk to them and try to get these specific questions answered. Who is the person you're building for? When do they have the problem? What are they trying to accomplish? What is the problem they currently face? What would they do instead? And what alternative are they using right now? How often do they have the problem? How much does it cost them? And where can you find them? And give me an example of one real person. These 10 questions is what we all need to answer. Does this make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. This is all of what I have on this session for us. I hope as you're leaving, you are gaining the insight that what you need to build has to be something somebody wants. And this sessions today was for us to figure out exactly who has that problem and by default, who can provide that problem or the solution to that problem. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, good. So then let's go through questions. Whatever questions you have, you can ask them now. Otherwise, we will call it a day. So let's go with questions. Who has questions for us? All right, guys, come on off mute. Come on, somebody should have at least one question.
I actually had a question.
Go for it, Ryan.
So when you've judged strong teams in the past, what
Mhm.
really separated the winners from projects that were good but just didn't place that well?
Focus on the user. That's what for me has served as something very important. You can come and say, I built this tool, it has this feature, why would somebody use it? You have to almost know the user so well that you can anticipate their needs. So if there was anything that would separate a good from great product for me, is that you anticipate what your user wants and you're able to provide that. That will be it for me. Does that make sense, Ryan?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So just make
Good.
sure the audience you have, you're really solving the problem that they have and they really want what you have.
Exactly. And that always comes from you talking to them, not assuming you know the problem, but just talking to them. If you're wondering, okay, before the hackathon, oh, maybe I didn't have an idea. I'll just say, okay, just go to the Muslim halal business down the street from your house. Just talk to them. Assalamu alaikum, how do you do your business? Where do you get the meat from? How easily does the meat come to you? Where do you buy halal meat from? How does it come to you? You could just go do that. That's one person you're going to talk to. That's focusing on the problem. You can go to your masjid and just be like, oh, assalamu alaikum. I want to know, how do we store our board meeting notes? What's the problem with running the masjid? What's the problem with running the board? People might say oh, masjid is not going well. This is happening. That is happening. That's there, but go talk to somebody who's at the masjid, who's doing that. So the biggest thing, Ryan, I see is how connected you are to the problem, and then you can anticipate the need of the person that has a problem. And even most times we think that we are Muslims and we can build for Muslims, but sometimes we actually don't know the problem that a person has and we're trying to solve. I don't know if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So for today, even if everybody here says I don't have an idea, what I will say is go around, go to the masjid. You just even go to like the shop next door, wherever you go to the shopping mall around you and just ask them questions. Ask your friends questions. You have your parents, inshallah, and just ask your parents, hey, do you know any parent? Do you know what problem they have? And just go talk to them and just find out problems. Don't sell your solution. Oh, I'm trying to build this tool. No, I'm just suffering. I'm just trying to solve this problem. That's all. I don't know if this makes sense. I'm only trying to talk to people about my problem. If it's not your problem, then you can just let the person be on their own and you not focus on it. Does that make sense? All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Good. Who else has more questions for us, please? Questions, people. Questions. Let's have them come in. Don't be shy. Come up with your questions. Talk to me. I'm here for you. If you have a question, please ask. Biggest problem in prototyping and presentation, I think like it still comes back for me, honestly, that's the biggest thing. Because even when you build a prototype that doesn't solve the problem and you present something that doesn't solve the problem, we're back to the same thing. So if there's anything biggest that I've seen is not talking to the user, not understanding who they are, and trying to build something for them. Even though you do like a shiny presentation, you see it doesn't connect to people. If you come, so imagine this, if somebody comes and says, before this hackathon, I spoke to 20 disabled people who couldn't work. Based off of that conversation with them, I was able to build a tool that helps you look for cheap versions of like the tools that you need so that you don't have to spend expensive money to buy some of the equipment you need. And because of that, we created a platform where whenever you need something, we just build AI agents that will go out and look for the best price for you. And then when they find the best price, they bring that to you. And then you just simply choose and buy. Like that's a story of somebody has done something, right? And that will force them, because they're talking to a real user, it will force them to build a good prototype. They're not just going to build any type of prototype because they've talked to the user and because they probably give the user to test it out and see. So that would be my response to your question on Tasbih about like the biggest mistake is people not focusing on sort of the problem. Most common mistake, I guess most common mistake, what will I say most common mistake? Maybe I don't have a good answer to that, but I probably dump them up in the same place. Yeah, it's probably the biggest and like the most common. It's just not focusing on your user well enough. Just means even when you win the prize money, the app doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't do anything. So it's very common and it's just one of the biggest mistakes people have. Thank you so much for that question, Tasbih. Who else has more questions for us, guys? You're on this call. Take advantage of just like being able to like just ask questions and ask all of your questions now. Come on, let's
I
pump them.
actually
Go
had
for it.
another question.
Go for it, Rayan.
So, given the limited amount of time before the hackathon, what's
Yes.
the minimum amount of user validation that would be convincing to judges to really allow them to see that the problem is real?
Just start it today. Start today. Talk to as many people as you can. Watch as many. Just do like your own research on your own now before the day of the hackathon. But I think the best one is usually I spoke to this number of people and they told me this. And if the hackathon is like starting like in the next few days, use your parents. Like just say, Mom, Dad, I want to try to talk to somebody, or go to the masjid and use the imam. Yeah, Imam, I'm trying to work on something. Do you know anybody I can talk to? There's another 2, 3 masjids around you. Before the next 1 or 2 days, you've gotten enough people to talk to. So what you need is based on just the time that you have, go talk to people, go on YouTube and just try to watch like how does masjid management work if your tool is about masjid management. If you have a LinkedIn account and you have some friends, reach out to people that are doing that same thing. If you're trying to build like how do we build good water systems in our masjid and you have to talk to the city where you live, okay, send an email to somebody, call the city, phone call. So that is all of what I have as my response to that question. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense. So basically, just try to talk to as many people as you can to really gauge how big the problem is and what the real pain points are.
exactly within the time that you have. And even if you're not able to talk, that would be the first best suggestion. Talk to your parents, let them help you find it, let your imam help you find it. If that doesn't work, then you might just do like some online research, go to YouTube, look at it, and then go to Reddit, look at the problem, or just go online in general, or ask your parents to mention somebody that they can talk to. So even if you talk to one person and before the call ends, you can ask them, who else do you think I can talk to, and then you go from there.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so Tasbi, I think like I would let like the hackathon organizers finalize for you on like whether the presentation is important or the product. But in my mind, I believe like the product to be like most important. Like, and the product, the more you have a better product, the more your presentation actually becomes better. So it's not like two separate things, I think. You don't have to think of them as two separate things. Like, what is a product? If you can show me a real working product, no matter how your presentation is, it will be much better than somebody who just like shows me like a good presentation but didn't have like something working. All right, let's go on. Thank you so much, Tasbih, for that question. Let's take more questions. I wouldn't take too much of our time, maybe like the next 2-3 minutes, we should be done. If I don't see any more questions, we can close before then. But yeah, thank you so much, Tasbih. Anybody else wants to ask more questions, please? Rayan, if you have more, don't you can go ahead and ask. Shafi, if you have questions, please go ahead and ask. Yusuf, if you have a question. Ali, if you have a question, go ahead and ask. Okay, I would stop us from here today. Like what I said.
Brother Abdulaziz, could you
Now,
please? I think it would be good. I'm sorry that
go ahead.
have your bio. If you could introduce yourself, that would be good
Oh,
to know that
all right.
coming from.
No,
And
yeah,
I know, Alhamdulillah, we really appreciate your time and efforts to
no problem.
this
Yeah,
is so important for us to know from the industry perspective that what it needs to make some ideas when you have an ideas to turn into some product. This is really valuable.
Alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah khairan. Yes, and Brother Mustafiz. My name is Abdulaziz Idris. I born and brought up originally from Nigeria. I came to the US about 7 years ago. I came for a PhD in AI. Alhamdulillah, now I have a PhD in AI. I spent some time at Microsoft. But now, Alhamdulillah, I run my own company. It's called EdAI. Probably some of you heard about it in like past week or so. We were in the DC area. We did a program in Georgetown. But our program or company is focused on helping Muslim teens really turn their ideas into their own companies, basically. And so that's why I'm very passionate and excited about things like this. Hopefully, I might come in person, not sure yet, or like hopefully see you in September in the next version of the event. But this is what I do. This is what I'm like really very passionate about. And yeah, you can find me maybe on LinkedIn. The name on LinkedIn is Aziz Idris. I can just put something in the chat. Aziz Idris. You can check our company. It's called edai.fun, and that's all of what we do. But this is who I am. If you have any questions, you can ask Brother Mustafiz. You can reach out to me and ask. But I really think like this is one of the most important things we should be doing as Muslims, not just like consuming stuff in the world, but be among the people that are creating it. And I really appreciate all of you for signing up to be a part of this, and really looking forward to all of the amazing things you'll do. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless Mafik Foundation and Brother Mustafiz for inviting me, and really appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can send Brother Mustafiz. You can also, Brother Mustafiz, can I put my email there if they have questions?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we will put it onto the WhatsApp group as well.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I just put my...
please mention about your next, I mean, you'll have another workshop, maybe just 1 second.
Yes. Yeah, inshallah, I have another session on Wednesday. It's called like crossing the valley of death. Basically, how to turn that idea that you have into something that generates money. A lot of it will be similar to what we talked about today, but I hope like I'll see you again on Wednesday. So this is today's session, Monday. Today's session is about, do you find like your first customer? And then on Wednesday is really focusing about like how do you turn the idea that you have into something somebody will pay for. And then you might see my app, maybe there's nobody that's going to pay for it. But like, as long as you're going to have a business, even if it's a non-profit, people would donate money to it or something. Why would somebody donate? That's sort of what I will be talking about on Wednesday, inshallah. Focusing more on just like if you're building a product for money, but I think the methods all apply in the same way. So inshallah, again, I'll be back on Wednesday. I wish I could be there on Saturday or Sunday with you, but I'm not sure yet. But hopefully soon we'll see each other again. But that's my email, that's the company, that's my name, this is what I do. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and bi'iznillahi ta'ala, we hope to respond to it. Jazakumullah khairan, Brother Mustafiz, for inviting me. I really appreciate this.
Jazakallah khaira, Brother Abdul.
Thank you so much.
We're so blessed to have you, cooperate with us, and those of you who are participating, and we are going to ISNA convention as well.
Yes.
Brother Abdul Aziz, inshallah, will be there in person if you're getting there.
Yeah, bi'iznillahi ta'ala. Jazakumullah khairan. Inshallah, bi'a isna. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So, hackers, please, can you wait just for a few minutes when Brother Abdul Aziz leaves?
All right. I'll leave now. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.